Where did you get your start in music?
So it was really back in 2017. I mean, I've always been singing, but it was really back just dropping, I don't know if y'all familiar, like the So Gone challenge. So I think I dropped that on Instagram, and then when I came back to school, a lot of people just went crazy for it. It really gave me the confidence to really start just getting into music and really seeing how it feels for people to, I guess, recognize you in a sense. So I just saved up some money, and then I got my equipment, and I just started dropping music from there. Like, I don't know. It just kind of all came together after that. I mean, it just really pushed me to start writing and really getting to know other people and really understanding the gist of music. So that's what really got me into it. And I was writing my first few songs.
So was this in high school?
2017 I graduated.
Okay, cool.
And then going into college. So that was just like before I got into college for real. Yeah.
And how did your peers react to you like putting out that music?
I was hot. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
For
it
real?
was, yeah, I was hot for a good minute. Like, I think a lot of people were waiting for that moment for me to even say that I was pursuing music. So I think that's what brought me a lot of recognition back in that time. Like, yeah, it was crazy. And SoundCloud was hot back in that day too. So,
Back, SoundCloud
yeah.
was on fire. Like what?
So I think that's what really put the eyes on me. And I don't know. Things are different now, but yeah, back in that time, yeah, things are great.
And so did you decide to major in music in college, or what did you?
Originally it was psychology. I wanted to. My parents told me to, but I've always been a kid, like anything that has to do with school and then music at the same time, like chorus or like being in band, that stuff was nice, but I feel like they weren't open-minded enough to really understand where I was coming from as an artist. Like they were just doing certain things that I just really didn't enjoy for real. So I don't know, I didn't want to major in that. I wanted to major in something completely different and kind of de-stress as well. I ended up dropping out for music.
Oh really?
Yeah, I ended up dropping out for music.
Oh, so you dropped? Okay.
Yeah.
Kanye vibes.
Yeah. I dropped out. I was in human communications, and I gave like a Grammy speech. It was supposed to. It was like a, what was it? Like a project I had to give, like a final was something we had to give, and I did a Grammy speech, and like the whole class just went crazy. And after that, I told my teacher, I was like, I'm not coming back. She was like, follow your dreams, like just be safe. She's like, follow your dreams, just be safe, and do what you got to do. And that's exactly what I did. Like, I don't regret it either. I really
Wait,
don't.
so was it like a mic drop after the speech in class?
Nah, it was like
they
just had like a little stool, and I had like a little fake little award in my hand, and I was just I had my shades on, and I was just chilling. Like I literally was giving a whole Grammy speech, and they were just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like that's crazy. Wait, can I curse?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, they were like, that's crazy. And I don't know, after that, I felt so good. And I was like, dude, I'm dropping out. I'm doing this for real. Like, I want to have that reaction when that actually happens for real. So, that's where it really started.
And how did your parents react to you dropping out of college?
They were not happy. They're still not happy. Like, it's a 1 in a million chance for most people when they hear like a kid want to do that. Like everybody want to do music, so you dropping out and you not doing something that you should be doing to actually make sure that you're comfortable and you're safe and you're making money. Like, of course your parents gonna be scared, but I mean I don't care. I think I'm gonna prove them wrong for sure.
Did your parents make music?
They sing. Like they're really inclined into music, and my family's inclined, but I wouldn't say they make music. They can, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
And so I heard you when I saw you. You were rapping too. But you said you started off singing. So what made you transition into like rapping as well?
Just being around a lot of artists that was rapping at that moment, getting me in the studio. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Roswell, but I hang around him a lot, and he's the first one that really got me in the studio for real, and he was rapping at that time. So I feel like if you can rap, you can sing. If you can sing, you can rap. And a lot of people think that's not true, but I really think that's true for real. Like if you actually just tap in and understand where you want to, how you want to attack music, then I don't know. I just started dipping my toes in it and listen to a lot of rappers. Like I'm not the best at rapping, but I know I can get good at it for sure. For sure.
Facts. So who's your biggest musical inspiration? It doesn't have to be a person. It could also be like.
I would say, I would really say Chance the Rapper. And it's not the music side of it. I think just the more creative side of what he was trying to do with his music, especially in the acid raps times. Like, I don't know, just everything that he was doing, the sounds, the women that were on this tape, just like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but his music was really different for me in that time. And I think that I was really trying to attack my music in the same sense of what he was doing. He was very free-spirited in his music. Not all of his music sounded like everybody else's. Like, they were talking about the same stuff. He was not. He was on a whole different path, whole different wave. So
yeah, no, I loved acid rap.
Yeah,
Facts.
It was just different. It's different.
I think that's how I found out about No Name. I don't know if she was on that or not.
No Name Gypsy. Yeah, she was on that. She was on Lost.
Yeah,
which was crazy. Like, yeah. So that type of music, yeah, that R&B and that jazz love and the soulful love that I have is definitely because of him. Definitely because of him. Yeah.
Do you feel like your music has like an underlying message, or is there some sort of idea that you're trying to get across to people when you make things?
I mean, I would say 50% of my music is just me spilling the pot, like spilling the beans on myself. Mm-hmm. And then some of my music is just like shit that I make up in my head. Like, it's just like a story. I feel like when you're making music, it's all about getting in character and really kind of, I don't know, just getting people to actually listen in a sense of not even showing you a visual, but actually just in your ears. Like, whatever I'm saying, I don't want you to always think it's true, but what I'm saying, I want you to visualize it in your head. So, yeah.
What has the underground experience in Atlanta been like for you?
Different, very, very different. I'm not used to being around a lot of people. Like, again, I'm a homebody. I like to stay by myself, but kind of just seeing all the artists and, I don't know, just experiencing all the shows, meeting all these different people, like, it just shows me how much a lot of other people want it just as bad as I do. So it's like this really heavy thing on my chest. Like, I'm like, damn, like, I really got to go harder. But also, it's all about making connections and making friends as well in this process. Like, I think I've expanded as an artist because of the underground, for sure. So shout out to the underground. Great artists, great people. Yeah.
Dope. Mm-hmm. And so are you signed to a label, or are you independent? Independent for sure. Is there a reason why you're independent? Because you know how some people are like, yo, I'm an artist, but I'm also an entrepreneur, and they're like 100% like, don't sign to a label. Is that you, or is it like, if the deal is right?
I'm kind of like 100% just, I'm not with a label, really. I don't want to say too much. A lot of people are just not genuine. That's all I'm gonna keep it at that. A lot of people are just not genuine, and I want people to be behind me that loves what I do, and they love what they do, and we're making an impact and financial stability together. Like, I don't want anybody in my circle that's just, they don't want the same things, and I mean that in the most positive way. And I don't trust a lot of labels. Labels have a lot to give, but you know, I do too. So I think it's super important to make sure that I know my information before I sign, for sure. That's what I'm focused on.
So as an artist who is currently independent, what advice would you give someone else who wants to stay independent or learn more about how to be an independent artist?
I would say ask a lot of questions, be curious, and don't trust everybody's word. Like, a lot of people are going to deliver things, and it's going to sound great. You're going to get a lot of fake emails. You're going to get a lot of people that's telling you that they want to, you know, hang with you and they can make you big. Like, don't get too excited. Like, a lot of artists, when you first start out, you get so excited about that type of shit, but it's not reality, and you have to know your information. You have to know who you're speaking to and what they're speaking about. And people that you have around you that are signed and stuff like that, ask questions. And try to ask questions to these bigger artists. Like, they'll answer. I've talked to some artists and they actually answer and be like, this is what you need to do. So I feel like you just have to be open-minded enough to really ask questions for real. You can't be prideful. Be prideful, get yourself in trouble.
$500,000 for all of your master recordings, what would you do?
I'm not giving my masters away.
For 500?
Hell no. Keep my masters. I'll do anything to keep my masters. That's my music.
Somebody was like, yo, y'all can have them. Take all
Hell
of them.
no. 500,000 is not enough. Because once I have the 500,000, then I'm gonna need another 500,000. Like that can go quick. $1 million can go quick.
Yeah, like super quick.
Quick.
Sure.
Like people don't think about that. It sounds nice, and it's like, damn, that's kind of like a foot in, but nah, is it?
Right.
So nah.
And so, what's been the most challenging part of your music career so far?
Staying consistent. I think staying consistent is a huge thing that I struggle with, because again, it's all about friendly competition. A lot of these artists, they move it a little faster than I am, but I also know all of us have different ways of doing things, and I don't know. I see other people get booked, or I see other people, you know, drop some shit, or you know, they're working on something, and I feel like I got to go a little faster. I got to get on that level, and I'm getting left behind. So I think that's something that I struggle with, consistency. But also, it's not always a bad thing, because a lot of people notice me when I'm not in the limelight, and, you know, and they appreciate what I'm doing. So I don't know. That's something I got to work on. Put myself more out there.
Do you feel like, is there an emotional toll from that sort of like underlying competition going on?
Sometimes. I wouldn't say all the time. I usually try not to worry about any other artists because they're not me. So, but sometimes, yeah. It could get to me, but again, it's all love towards everybody, and I'm learning from all those artists regardless. I want to take something from that. It's just like hard criticism I'm giving myself when I'm staring at them, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
So what kind of music do you listen to outside of your own music?
Oddly enough, I listen to a lot of trap music.
Really?
Like a lot of Lil Durk and like Nudie, and yeah, like people really wouldn't understand. Like I really get lit for real. Like because I'm so used to doing melodic and slow stuff. It's just like I really want to hear something more than just that. And those type of rappers really be talking about like some crazy stuff. So it gets me in this mood when I'm rapping, or I want my music to sound a certain way. Like I don't know, I kind of incorporate those little, that hype raging, like just out of pocket things that they say. Besides those type of things, I would say rock, R&B, soul, even instrumental jazzes, stuff like that. Like I think that's what that really makes my music stand out for sure, just listening to all these type of different things. Because none of my music sound the same, if anyone notices that. Like none of it sounds the same. So,
Do you play any instruments?
Do I play any instruments? Nah, not right now. I've played instruments. For sure.
Are you producing your own music?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, so you work with a producer?
Noah Markham.
Okay.
He's hard. Shout out to Noah Markham for sure. Very, very hard.
And so what are some of the skills that you like want to improve on as your career goes on?
I don't know how to freestyle. I can't. Really? I have to be in the moment. I got to be in the moment, and that's something I really want to work on. I want to be able to. Somebody asked me to go on a show or do something, and I want to be able to like literally just quickly just be able to come up with some lyrics, or just like I want to be able to know how to show face more. I hate being in the scene. I hate really showing myself. That's the only way I know I'm gonna get somewhere, by showing my face. Like, yeah, I can't Frank Ocean that shit. I really can't. I could try, but I don't know. So that's something I really need to work on for real. Yeah.
So you mentioned multiple times that like you kind of like to be by yourself. Has becoming an artist or someone who places their face in the forefront, has that strained some of your friendships or your like personal relationships?
That's a very good question. Yeah, it definitely has. This past year, actually, I think 2021, I think I was getting booked like maybe 3 times a month, and it just slowed down like maybe 4 months ago. And in that time, like I was losing a lot of friends, Even my parents were getting to a point where it's just like it was like they would throw these little hints like, you getting too busy, or I know you at the studio, I know you have a show, or like Yeah, I was putting that before a lot of other things, which I should have balanced. But yeah, I was putting that before a lot of other things because I was trying to show face. I was trying to learn. Like I was trying to get myself out there in that time. And I wish a lot of people would understand. Like it's all about just chasing dreams or trying to make some shit happen. It's something that I want to prove to them. A lot of people don't understand that. They just get butthurt about the process. But I don't know. Yeah.
What's been the craziest moment so far in your music career? It could be something that happened at a show, something that happened at the studio.
I got at the Tucker show. I got punched in the face in my mosh pit. No, that shit was crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I don't think that I ever enjoy some shit like that. But the fact that people were going that crazy to my shit, that blowed my fucking mind. Like I was like, whoa. I was like, yeah.
Is it on camera?
For real. Huh?
I think maybe I record. Is it on camera? Did anybody get it?
I have no clue. Like I didn't talk to anybody after that. Like there were so many people that were recording, and I still have videos that people are sending me. But it's just like I don't even know if anybody captured that. But that was such a good time. Someone just threw somebody in there and then just went crazy. I went home and I was so happy. I was like, wow, yeah, that's crazy. I've never had like a group just fully mosh pit to my music where I'm just singing in it. Like that's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah, I think I was like standing on a chair. I sort of got like an aerial view of you. I'm gonna look through my phone and send it to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ray.
So, for someone who's watching your interview right now, who aspires to be a musician, who aspires to get on stage and perform, who aspires to essentially do everything that you're doing now, what advice would you have for them?
Take it slow. Take it very slow with yourself. Be patient. I wouldn't say take every opportunity you're given. Know your information, like I said, but have fun. At the end of the day, performing is about having fun. It's not about it's really not about rocking the crowd or like just trying to sound really good on stage. It's all about like how you feel. Like it's just giving yourself to the crowd, really. Like you got to leave yourself on that stage. You got to give everything every single time, 100%. 100%. It don't matter how you feeling, what's going on that day. Leave it out 100%. And just, I don't know, chase your dreams. Chase your dreams. Don't let nobody tell you can't do that shit, because you can. No matter, if you start at 100 followers, you get 200 followers, get 2,000 followers, 200,000 followers, all that. It's all about just cycling and just being very, very patient. Consistency is what makes success. So, yeah, that's my advice. Just be consistent and you'll be successful. And believe in yourself.